Únase a nosotros para vivir una experiencia lingüística única, tanto si eres un principiante que necesita incrementar sus conocimientos, o un estudiante avanzado que busca perfeccionar sus habilidades lingüísticas, nuestro programa tiene algo para todos.
Con lecciones dinámicas, ejercicios interactivos y comentarios en tiempo real, el programa Inglés sin Barreras en Radio Nacional de Guinea Ecuatorial, Radio Malabo, te ayudará a dominar el idioma.
No te pierdas esta increíble oportunidad de mejorar tu nivel de inglés y ampliar tus horizontes. Síguenos 2 veces a la semana, los martes y jueves a la misma hora, de 11 horas de la mañana a las 12 horas del mediodía, y embárcate en un viaje hacia la excelencia lingüística.
This is Equatorial Guinea's National Radio, Radio Malabo, and English Without Barriers start now.
You must believe.
You must believe.
You must believe in you.
Yes, believe in you.
The Art of Entrepreneurship, the Entrepreneur in You fellows, good morning and thank you very much for listening to Equatorial Guinea's Radio. Es un placer, como siempre, estar en directo con todos ustedes. Cuando iniciamos el programa no pueden imaginar la alegría que nosotros tenemos. Hoy vamos a hablar, vamos a hablar de un tema. Mi gemelo Believe in You ya lo ha soltado. Por favor, no se alejen, quédense ahí conectados porque toda la entrevista, como es habitual, se hará en inglés. Y por lo consiguiente, quien habla mejor inglés es mi gemelo Believe in You. En la mesa de control tenemos a Esperanza Bisondón en colaboración con los compañeros de frecuencia en el Centro Misópico Basile. Yo, Mateo, me despido de ustedes hasta el próximo martes para una lección de inglés y así cedo los micrófonos a mi gemelo Believe in You para el programa de hoy. Hemos iniciado diciendo una cosa. Yo me voy. Mi gemelo sí ya va a entrar. The Art of Entrepreneurship, The Entrepreneur in You. This is the title of a book that I've written in Equatorial Guinean, and he's here with us today in order to talk widely about the book and, of course, to talk about its activities. Sir, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
How are you doing today?
I'm very, very great, thank God.
Great, and, of course, excited.
Yeah, very, very.
For the forthcoming event.
Yeah,
of course.
Very, very excited.
We're going to talk widely about that. But before, please, once again, as usually, please introduce yourself to the audience.
Okay, my name is Valerio Thomson BOCO, an entrepreneur, a writer, and also an ideation coach.
Sorry?
Ideation coach.
That's
I
great.
help people transform their business ideas.
Yes, of course. It looks like new. So, what do you do exactly?
I help people to transform their business ideas.
That's great.
For it to come to reality.
Okay. Yes, of course, because many things start with ideas, and then in order to transform it, there are many things that occur throughout the path, because sometimes people are we can say disappointed, or sometimes they don't even have all the necessary tools or materials or ingredients in order to go forward with their dreams. So you are here today to talk about the book titled The Art of Entrepreneurship, The Entrepreneur in You. But before that, tell us a bit about what you've been doing throughout this time. We heard that in the last time you came here on the show, it was to talk about your activities here in Malabo and in Batos, of course. So please tell us about just a bit about these activities.
Like we've all been busy, trying to impact the life of people positively.
Of course, traveling here and there.
Yes, and so in Malabo we have been having our activities, which we've been training people for them to be entrepreneurs because of and what we do is that we train them in different skills. For example, when we talk about baking, we talk about makeup, we talk about event decoration and planning, we talk about hair styling, and also we talk about the basic, which is entrepreneurship.
Well, when it comes to baking, formally, when I say formally, let's go back to the 80s, to the 90s, when in order to be a baker, it was very, very hard and difficult. And nowadays, how come that you easily bring this out?
Yeah, it just depends on your vision and what you're really focused on. So it came up, like the idea came up years back, starting up an institute where we actually want to create entrepreneurs. But you must have a skill.
Yes, of course.
You cannot just say that you just want to start something without having a skill. It's better to have a skill and you can use it to monetize yourself. Yeah. So it became that easy after starting up with the idea and then getting skilled professionals to come on board to teach and train people.
That's the point. And nowadays, there are many people outside there looking for opportunities. And you are the one providing those opportunities for many and to many people. And here in Malabo, you've been doing many things such as baking, such as what else?
Yeah, event planning and decoration, makeup, hairstyling.
In Bata, the same thing?
Yeah, in Bata, we've been focused on mainly makeup, hairstyling, and also decoration.
And how does it work?
It's the thing is that you must have an effective team, a team that you really can trust and believe in them and know that they will do what you actually told them to do. And then, so, it's all about communication, working things out, and then getting the result.
It's somehow hard to bring people together in order to on board, as you said.
Yeah.
It's somehow hard. How do you handle this case? I know that, and I recall perfectly that I asked you this question the last time you came here. But this is a way for us to know and understand how we can easily move on with people.
Yeah, it's kind of difficult to gather up people and then, building a team with people that you don't really know before. So it takes time, process, and dedication. And then sometimes you might start with some people and later you fall apart. But you just need to keep trying and getting the best of them.
When you say keep trying, understand such as something like, okay, if someone fails you, then you change, you move, you go to another one.
Yeah, it's very important to have that skill and ability to make decisions. Sometimes you're like,
even though it's hard.
Yeah.
It's very hard.
Yeah, very hard. Sometimes you're like, no, this person
there
is...
There are certain feelings.
Yeah, this person is nice. I cannot... No, but you actually want... You want to be nice with people or to people, but you actually need the result.
Of course.
And because when you're talking about a business venture, be it maybe it's more focused on social activities, you need a result to be able to sustain it, because without sustainability is difficult, because that's just the goal about it. Because if you have a business and there's no way to sustain it, it's going to fall apart.
Of course.
So it's very important to have a working team.
And when it comes to decision, I just imagine you are not well seen when it comes to this specific part. People say, okay, no, you're very hard, you're very difficult, you don't even how to say it, you don't even be in the shoes of someone in order to understand the situation. And how do you handle that?
Yeah, people say that is, we have the emotions there.
Yeah,
we have emotions, but sometimes you need to pull away your emotions to really take a decision that will be the best for both. Because it wouldn't be good for the person to be there and you are not really flowing well with the person. You don't really trust the person, and then it's not be good. So it's better for you to do away with it and just make the person understand, look, this is not working between both of us, and then it's not working as a team.
Yeah.
So I think it's better we just part ways as a team, and then it's just do it in a very diplomatic way and not in a way just say you are fired.
You're using
you don't say you are fired.
Yes, you're using the word diplomatically, and some people will say, okay, politically.
No. Yeah, you just want to let the person understand.
It means that you don't have to be so harsh.
Yeah, you don't have to be
rude.
Yes, you don't have to be rude.
Yeah.
You have to speak to the person politely, the person to understand, like, actually this is not working.
Yeah.
And then I think for me not to hurt you, for example, like even like I had an experience with someone and the person wasn't really doing the job. And I was like, you know what, your goal is to get clients in, but you're not actually doing it. And I would not want it to be a situation that I'm going to owe you and you start feeling bad that no, I'm owing you and everything. You are not bringing the clients. If we don't have clients, there is no way for us to have money. So I think it's better for us to part way. I will do it by myself. So I don't want to owe you. So that's why I told the person, so I don't want you to stay behind and for me to be owing you.
Yeah.
So I was okay. I said, okay, so it's better like that.
Yeah.
So it's understood.
Yeah, correct.
So
Clearly.
there shouldn't be any excuse.
Okay, you mentioned the word diplomatically, right? I said politically. You said no.
Diplomatically, yeah.
Okay, that's great. Valerio, thank you very much for bringing this on board in order for people to know how to handle human resources. Sometimes it looks like very easy, but you have to use good words.
Yeah, it's
in order
not
to reach out people.
Yes, it's not because people will just take it in different ways.
Yeah.
Like that person is very wicked. That person does
yes,
that. He does that, but they will not understand that actually business is business.
Yes, of course.
And if you fall, you fail, people will mock you. They will not understand that actually you are trying to help. But that's why it did not work, because people are not reciprocating.
Yeah.
But you just have to make it happen. You know what? This is business. We don't have to mix pleasure with it.
Yes.
So if we are working, we are working.
Yeah, okay.
So let us work. There is no way.
So thank you very much, Valerio. Now let's talk about the art of entrepreneurship, the entrepreneur you. First of all, let's start out by knowing how did everything start.
The book, The Art of Entrepreneurship, The Entrepreneur in You, the idea started in 2019. Yeah.
As you said earlier, you said earlier, everything starts with idea.
Yeah,
of course.
So it started in 2019, after I started with my mentorship for people that want to really start business, says that they have the ideas, and I started training a lot of people. And I started I teach them this and I see the result. So why don't I make it as a book where people can purchase it, not only here, but people in different places. Yes. And I also became a coach and a mentor for the Tony Lumelu Entrepreneurship Program. So I mentored a lot of entrepreneurs from different countries, more than 250 entrepreneurs I mentored. And also I became a coach and a judge for those, to select the winners for the grant of $5,000. So I was one of the judges. And I was like, you know what? This is going to be great.
You went too far. You went too far, my friend. As to be a judge. You went too far.
You talk to people one-on-one and you're like, what of those that cannot reach out to you? They can't reach out. So how do we go about it? Let's make a book. And then people can be able to get it from different parts of the world. It can be on different online platforms, and those that physically, they can get it. And then we can be able to run a tour in different places where we'll go with the book. We have a workshop. We teach them how to transform their business ideas, and then we present the book. For those that want to purchase it and get more value, they can be able to get the book. So it started like that, and there came a time that I was tired. I stopped writing. I was out of ideas. I stopped writing. Yeah. And later I came up again. No, let me continue.
And when did this happen?
And it just I remember in 2021, I continued. I left it again. And I finished everything. It was on my laptop. Then last year, somebody told me that I checked your laptop and I saw this. Actually, this is great. Why don't you publish it? What is wrong with you? You have this for a very long time. I was like, you know what? And you said, I think I need to do this.
And what really pushed you finally to move? Because when you're talking, I'm listening to you. I try to understand, okay, I started, I stopped, I started, I stopped, and then I try to look or finding ways. What exactly? Because there are many people in your situation. Let's say we aren't going to talk only about books, but we're going to talk as well about lives. There are many people in the life that hardly finish what they started. So they start something and they move to another, and they start, and finally and definitely they are nowhere. So what exactly, maybe this can help many people. Yeah, what exactly pushed you definitely to say, okay, now is the moment, I have to do that, or I have to do that?
Yeah, there are sometimes, we start things and we find it difficult to finish it. And there are so many challenges that comes along. Yeah. Sometimes you feel like you don't feel that motivation. You think, maybe, will this work or will it not work? That's one thing. So I was thinking about, is it going to work or not? And later, you look at your environment sometimes are they really going to appreciate this? And sometimes you feel like, do I really have the resources? And sometimes you feel like, I don't have anyone that is pushing me, that is motivating me.
Yeah.
So we need sometimes motivation. We need people that can motivate us. And the decision making or doing things alone sometimes might not work. But your environment really matters a lot. When you see that actually, I need to do this because people need it. Let me find a way to finish it, even though it's difficult.
Yeah.
Or maybe someone is pushing that, you can do this. I've seen this and I've gone through this and I saw that, yes, this is really going to help a lot of people. And that's it. Someone told me like, why are you not making this happen?
One of the motivation, it was all about environment. The reaction of people. You thought about people and you thought, okay, maybe, and maybe. So can we say that?
Yeah, the reaction of like the environment here, because of the book is about entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
But looking at it in another way, looking at entrepreneurship as a social factor. How do you help people to make themselves better, to make their life better? Like helping them to help themselves with their own resources, looking at the problems they are going through and now bringing out a solution as a service or a product to be able to offer to them, like you are helping them, but they are paying you in return, like you are creating value and impact.
So your book brings solution to entrepreneurship problem.
Yes, like you've seen it as a social factor that looking at when everybody thinks that problems as problems, challenges are challenges, as an entrepreneur, you need to look at it that this is an opportunity to offer a solution through a service or a product. And then you can be able to have revenue. Because when people are coming to meet you, for the service you offer or the product, because it is a solution to them, then they are going to pay you.
Yeah, of course.
Because of you are solving their problem, so they will come.
Yes, of
and
course, definitely,
offer.
definitely.
So and when people look at entrepreneurship as a sole factor of only money,
yeah,
then you will want to do any kind of thing.
Yes.
You maybe fake things just because you need money. But when you're looking at it another way, that I'm doing this to create value, I'm doing this to offer a solution, then you will do the right thing.
Yes,
and then people will always come and meet you because they actually need what you are offering them. Because there's a difference between want and need.
Yeah.
If you want something today, you might not want it again tomorrow.
Yes, of
but
course.
if you need something, yes, you will look for it.
This is Equatorial Guinea Radio, and the program is English Without Barriers. Feel free to join us today, 333-092260. My guest is Valerio Thomson, and we're talking about, today we're talking about its book, The Art of Entrepreneurship, The Entrepreneur in You. So, Valerio, just a bit, in few words, you've said it earlier, how to start from an idea to realize what exactly you have in your mind.
Yeah, everyone has an idea. Everyone. There are big ideas, small ideas, great ideas, different kind of ideas. But the first thing is that when you have an idea, you have to look at it. Does this idea that I have that I want to start as a business, does it solve a problem? You have to ask yourself that. Whose problem does it solve? Where are they located at? Are they ready to pay for this solution I'm offering to them? At what price are you going to put into it? So this step, you will take it, you start doing an investigation of the market. Because you have to do that. You have to know where actually those people are, because you cannot think that everyone is suffering the same thing. Because if you see that maybe in Malabo they are suffering this, that means you're thinking that in Bata the same thing. No, if you don't do investigation of the market, you have to do a survey to know actually, do these people really need it? Is it a social problem or a personal problem? Because if it's something that is affecting and is not affecting others, that's a personal problem. But if it's a social problem that affects so many people, then it's easy for them to look for a solution. And then the solution you are bringing out, which will be your service or product, it can easily penetrate the market.
Yeah.
And for people, then they can be able to get it. Because they see that, oh, this is actually what I need. And I'm going to go for it. But not just focusing on what you think that people will want. And you not give it to them. What if they don't need it? You are going to lose it.
Yeah.
So it's very important to do a survey of the market. You need to survey the market. Know actually who are those people that need that
Are
solution.
there some skills that you can provide to the audience when it comes to survey the market? Because sometimes it's easy to say you have to survey the market, but what are the key factors? What are the key points that if I'm about to survey a market, I should look at?
And when you want to survey the market, because there are different ways to do survey of the market, you doing them, because we have this one that we call eagle eye. The eagle eye you see from afar. You see from afar, like, actually, is there a problem here? Do people need the solution? From afar.
Yeah.
But it would be better to do more of a questionnaire market survey. Then you can be able to balance it. Like, for example, you have 100 people in a community. I look at, actually, I want to offer a solution to them. Don't think that the 100 people really need your service.
Yeah.
You have to find out, okay, I'm going to offer maybe potable water. Out of the 100 people, how many people actually need potable water? Out of them, we have 50 that need potable water. Okay, I'm going to be selling it for maybe for 100 francs. Out of those 50 people, how many of them can pay 100 francs?
Yeah, I can pay.
30 people can pay 100 francs. Okay, that means I have 30 people as my potential market. Then you go meet them.
Yeah.
Tell them how you're going to offer it. Okay, I'm going to deliver it, or you have to come to my place. And then you have, okay, 20 want me to deliver.
Yeah.
10 will come.
Yeah.
Then you know that you have 30 as your market. 20 you have to deliver.
Yeah.
10 are going to come. Then out of the 100 people, that means you have 30% of the market.
Yeah, the market, yeah.
So you're solving the market.
great.
Then you can be able to find out, oh, actually.
Thank you very much.
And many of these things,
yes, yeah.
many of the things are in my book, so people really need to
No,
get it.
of course. We're going to talk while about that. And then, now it comes to the entrepreneur in you. What does it mean? When you say, Valerio, the entrepreneur in you, what exactly are you trying to sell or to tell or to let people know about this sentence, the entrepreneur in you?
And when I say the entrepreneur in you, it's like you bringing out that thing that you have inside of you to be able to start that business, how you can be able to unleash it, having that factor in you that, you know what, I actually have this idea, I need to go for it, I need to make it to come to reality. That's the entrepreneur in you.
There's a question. Do you think that everyone has entrepreneurship in her body?
Not everyone can be an entrepreneur. Not everyone can be an entrepreneur.
Thank you very much for that.
Not everyone.
No, thank you very much for that. Because nowadays it's something that wherever you go, okay, you listen to people say, entrepreneurship. Okay, that's great. They gather people here and there to talk about entrepreneurship. Great. But can we say that everyone? And the answer is no.
Yeah, not everyone. That, like, for example, I have one in the table of content, one of the chapters there that really talks about it. For example, we have the concept of entrepreneurship. The concept. What is the concept?
Yeah.
How do you know what? Because entrepreneurship, the word entrepreneur is a French word. It came from French word, which means a pioneer, a starter, someone that starts, that initiates it.
Yeah.
So, like, and we have the attributes of entrepreneurs. One, you must have that ability to take risk.
Thank you very much for going through that
Not
step
everyone,
by step
not
in order
everyone.
to let people understand. Thank you very much. Please go ahead. Feel free to go step by step and to let people really understand how is it important for people to know before starting.
Yeah, you must have the ability to take risk, and you must be a risk taker. You must be a risk taker.
I have 100. I have 100,000 francs, and I am about to start something. Okay. Instead of wasting money.
Yeah,
instead of wasting money. So, do I really go through that, or maybe I should go to the market now and buy some food and stay at home and enjoy my life?
Yeah,
But when you say risk taker, this fact is crucial. It's quite important, Valerio. Do you think that all people are ready to go through this specific step?
Yeah, and not that's what I said, not everyone. But when we talk about risk taking,
it's quite important.
When we talk about risk taking, it's not just not any kind of risk. You must have calculative risk taking ability. You must be able to calculate before taking a risk. To see that, okay, this is going to work. Even if it might take time, then let me go for it. And also, another ability, you must have the ability to persevere. Yeah, because sometimes, entrepreneurship is not...
I started there and I want the result today.
No, entrepreneurship is not a 9-to-5 job. It is a way of life.
It's not about what?
It's not a 9-to-5 job. It is a way of life.
That's great.
It's one of the chapters here.
Yeah.
So for you to understand that entrepreneurship, it takes time. For example, you start something today, and you don't expect the result tomorrow. It takes process.
Do you think that people really understand that
Yeah.
when you start something today, don't expect the result tomorrow?
Yeah,
That's why I said earlier that, okay, instead of saying tomorrow, there are people saying, okay, I start today and I need the result today.
Nah,
which is wrong.
It's not possible
Yeah.
because of the first 3 years of
3 years.
The first 3 years
Not
of a
even
startup.
one. Not even one.
No,
not even two.
Wait, just
Up
wait.
to three.
Let me just explain. The first 3 years of a startup entrepreneur are the most difficult years because there are some entry barriers. One, people do not really know you very well. Two, maybe they don't trust in your product yet.
Yes.
Three, you don't have paying customers yet. So those moments are kind of difficult. And 90% of startup entrepreneurs fail in their first 3 years. 90%. So there are a lot of factors there you need to look at, what. And if you start, you have to find a way, because there are levels. We have a startup level, we have a scalability level, and we have the level where we talk about being a company. Not every startup business turns out to be a company. Like, let's say, because of you a startup, now you have to reach that level where you become a company where you have different branches, different places. So when you start up at that moment, you have to find a way to sustain your business. Because if there is no sustainability, the business cannot survive. It's not going to survive. So it's very important. And know that there are a lot of factors. You have to believe in yourself. You have to have the ability to die and rise again. So let me explain it.
No, sorry, repeat it again.
You have to have the ability to die and rise again. That is to say, you have to have the ability, when you fail, you rise up again. Because failure is part of the process of entrepreneurship. Fail, but rise up again.
As many times as possible.
You have to rise up because failure is just part of it, because you learn from your mistakes.
Yes, of course. Definitely.